Hey folks, happy Monday. Welcome to the Bunch of Malarkey preview clip. Thanks for tuning in today. Hope your week is off to a good start. Well, we survived Halloween and our Halloween hangover, all that build up. It's like that with every holiday, isn't it? It's all that build up and preparation, then it's over in a flash. So we survived Halloween and our Halloween hangover and our candy hangover. We kind of survived daylight savings time, right? It's still a little off. It's still a little weird out there with the sun at different angles at different times, but we made it through that. Now the last hurdle is just getting through this election day. Now we're not a political show. We're not going to talk about politics, but we are going to discuss my early voting experience last Friday and the long lines and the chaos that ensued. But I'm tired of all these political ads, aren't you? You're trying to get through your dinner and it's 12, 15 ads in a row. I'm actually ready for the Christmas commercials, even though it's only November, because it'll be a greater much better option than what we're seeing every 5 minutes on the television right now. I hope you agree with that. I'm going to talk about a couple of real life mutants I ran into at some stores this past week and a half. We'll also have our Mutant of the Week winner from last week, which was another close race, and we'll have our nominees as usual for this week's. And one of those mutants that I ran into in the store, there was an argument over. I was at a store where they had discounted Halloween merchandise, 50 to 75% off, and then their fall merchandise was 25% off. Now there's a big difference between fall merchandise and Halloween. As you know, Halloween is like hot candy and Halloween decorations and scary stuff, and fall stuff is like scarecrows and autumny type stuff. There's a big difference, but this woman was giving hell at the registers, and I'll tell you how I stepped in. And a passive-aggressive story that I did to somebody like that when I worked in retail back in the late 90s, how I got even with these people that come in and want everything for basically free after the holidays. So we'll touch on that story. We're also going to talk about the main topic today is our social media pet peeves. Now, if you're watching this video, you're on social media. It's part of our daily lives, folks. Unless you're totally disconnected and off the grid and refuse to get a Facebook or a Twitter or an Instagram account, we are on social media almost every day. And now that's how we grow our businesses, how we keep in touch with our friends, pretty much how we do everything. Now we get our news from social media in a lot of cases rather than sitting in front of the TV at 6 o'clock or 6:30 every night for local or national news. So it's part of our life now, but there are people who are kind of social media misfits. Now we've all been a social media misfit every now and again. I mean, personally, I'll admit right here, I'm going to do it again. I promoted the hell out of my book, A Whole Lot of Shenanigans. Now, it's something that I take pride in. It took me a long time to write. So I kind of spammed my wall and my business page, but I did set up a business page for it to try and get you guys to buy it and enjoy it and laugh along with the stories here. But there are people who take that's minor compared to a lot of the things that people do on social media that we see every day that we're just like, we roll our eyes and go, oh, come on, and just keep scrolling. So we're going to talk about a dozen, maybe more, of social media mishaps that people perform every single day on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. So you're going to want to tune in for that. I will not have a co-host today. The chair will be empty, and that's on my own fault. When you do a show like this, folks, there's a lot of scheduling and preparation that goes into it. And unfortunately, I couldn't tape tomorrow when Jen was usually available on Tuesdays, so I had to do this show solo. This is our 14th show, so this will be my 10th solo show. We've had Jen for 2 and Johnny B for 2, but we're going to be trying to have a co-host on a regular basis. But sometimes logistically it does not work out because there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes on a podcast. I know you guys, when the new episode comes out, you just press play and it's, you enjoy it, whether it be my podcast or someone else's, but there's a lot of logistics and stuff that goes on behind the scenes that doesn't always work out the way you want it. And this week happened to be one of them. So we'll definitely miss Jen, but hopefully she'll be back next week. So you have to deal with me by myself, but it won't be that bad. We'll make it fun. So we'll recap the weekend, we'll do our mutants, we'll talk about social media misfits and miscues and all the social media crap we have to deal with that really gets under our skin. That and a whole lot more on this week's show. We hope you're able to tune in. And as an election day surprise, being that everybody's going to be running around crazy tomorrow, voting and doing whatever they have to do, I'm hoping to release the show. We're going to tape it in about an hour or so. Hoping to have this week's show, rather than it coming out on Tuesday, I'm going to try and have it for your afternoon, evening commute home today. So we'll try to have that up and ready for you on a Monday, because tomorrow will be a lot of waiting in line for voting and stuff. Hopefully the lines won't be too long, but if they are, have your cell phone in your pocket with the little earbud. Listen to a bunch of Malarkey on your line at the polls or wherever you go, on your way to voting, on your way home, at the gym, wherever you listen to us is great. On the toilet even, doesn't matter, as long as you're listening. I'm happy. Our listenership went up once again. Thank you. Thank you, friends and family. Thank you for sharing all the posts. I see that you guys have been sharing a lot. I really appreciate that. We are available on so many platforms now. iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio. We'll be coming to TuneIn Radio soon. I'm working on that, so there's no excuse not to listen now. Tell your friends, tell your family, even if they don't have a special podcast app, like iTunes, if they're older and they don't have any of those Google Play or any of that. Spotify, folks, you can even go to YouTube. All our videos, the audio from all of our podcasts go right to YouTube now. So there's no excuse not to listen now to A Bunch of Malarkey. And we thank you so much every week for your support, your comments, your voting in the polls on there for the Mutant of the Week and everything else. So I can't really thank you enough. And thank you for those who bought the book. I've gotten really great feedback on it. I'm so glad. That gives me a thrill. It isn't even about the sale. It's about that you guys are laughing at the stories and enjoying them, and I really appreciate it. We are running a special right now through eBay through Christmas, $9.99, folks. Come on. 240-page book, $9.99 on eBay. I posted the link. Go to A Whole Lot of Shenanigans Facebook page. You'll see the details. We'll talk about it at the end of the podcast, but come on. Great stocking stuffer, Hanukkah gift, Secret Santa at the office, $9.99. Nice paperback book like this. Come on. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Anyway, folks, thank you so much. I hope your Monday's great. We'll get this episode up later today for your drive home. Be safe out there. Got some severe weather coming through the country, especially in the south tomorrow. And get out and vote, no matter what your political opinions are or your views or which side you're on. Get out and vote. It's very important that we all make our voices heard, no matter what you believe in. So get out there, get out to the polls, and put on a bunch of Malarkey on the way. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great Monday. We'll see you. I'll talk to you later, okay? Thanks.